On assignment, I'm joined with Ripper the Clown. How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing, Chad? Thank
All
you
right.
for having me on.
I guess you are going to be in Danville at Vintage Villains this Friday at 6 p.m.,
7 p.m. Doors open at 7, show at 8.
Show it at 8?
Yes, we're going to be doing Brouhaha 3 down at Vintage Villains in Danville. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Vintage Villains.
Yes, I have. It's a very fun store.
It's one of the best freaking stores I've ever seen, and the
Just drop an F-bomb, bro?
The freaking F-bomb.
Yeah.
One of the best, if not the very best store I've ever been in. And when it comes to music and live entertainment, there's no venue like this in the world. It's seriously the best.
It is fun. It's fun. Where else can you go and get like action figures, video games, records, comic books, DVDs, all kinds of things, old
toys,
horror books. Like there's a bunch. One time I was in there was like, I swear, every Stephen King book ever written.
It's like top to bottom, just a nostalgia overload. Wherever you look, there's something to remind you of your past.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Then the venue area, they have
running from mine.
The venue area, they have classic video games and pinball games you can play for free around the peripheral.
Yeah, that's fun too.
Yeah, and you know, it's like they have national touring acts come through there, and they all say the same thing. They've never performed at a cooler venue.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. So, who are some of the comedians that are going to be there?
We've got it's an amazing lineup. Number one, it's going to be an after Halloween party because every day it's Halloween for Ripper the Clown, as you can imagine. And it's going to be an all-female roster, which is pretty unique. So we've got Pamela Adam on the show. I think that you probably are familiar with Pamela from the stage theater circuit. Yes,
possibly, yeah. There's so many faces, names. It seems like every theater production is starting to blur into one big theater production.
Pamela, she's a versatile stage performer, but she got up on the Vintage Villains stage back in June for the Pop Culture Variety Show, and I thought she was going to sing. But she got up there and just wowed the audience with some stand-up comedy. Yes, that's Pamela on the poster there. And so the audience just loved her. And it was her comedy debut, so to speak. And the audience voted her 4th place. She tied with Stephanie Katcher for 4th place, who also debuted with comedy that night.
I see. That's awesome.
So Pamela's going to be making her official comedy debut at Brouhaha 3 this Friday.
Okay. I see that you have... Julia Megan Sullivan.
Yes, Julia Megan Sullivan is headlining.
She cast me in a production of, see, they all blur together, Barefoot in the Park.
Oh.
She was my director once. I played the Paul Newman character, whose character is Paul Bratter. I played opposite somebody else, but it was a good show. At least I'm biased anyhow, because I was in it.
Well, Julia... At the last Gong Show at Sleepy Creek Vineyard, she tied for 1st place. And then back in June at the aforementioned Pop Culture Variety Show, she received 1st place.
Really?
For her comedic singing. And so she's headlining this all-female roster. And, I mean, what hasn't she done? I mean, she's an award-winning actress and performer, and she's just absolutely hilarious. She also has a CD out called You're My Favorite.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which I believe will be available the night of the show.
I was a sound guy for the movie Revolting? Is that
okay? Yes.
Yeah, I was a temporary / gopher / mic boom operator. You know, when you work in this business, I'm still waiting on my check, so that I'm using the term lightly. When you apply your skill and craft toward entertainment, you meet all kinds of people.
Yes, you do.
You go all kinds of different places. You know, I don't know where I was going with this, but. Some of these people, like say Jessie Long there.
Yeah, Jessie Long, she's going to be joining us here momentarily.
She and I were in a production of, what is that? I think that's right. You're going to shoot your eye out.
Christmas Story.
Yeah,
okay.
Christmas Story. And I've acted with, Charlie Hester.
Charlie Hester.
Yeah. She and I used to work at the video store together.
Oh. Yeah, Charlie Hester on the show, and you know, when I went around, been around, talking to the people in the community and whatnot after the variety show, and everyone was very disappointed Charlie wasn't on the variety show.
Really?
And everyone was. The one question about this next comedy show was consistent question: is Charlie going to be on it?
Yeah.
She has a strong fan base. People love her. I mean, she has got an amazing comedic resume. I mean, she worked for and with Dr. Katz, Jonathan Katz.
Yeah.
And she performed up at the Gilder Radner Laugh Fest in 2014. She was juried into that. So, you know, amazing comedian. And I often call Charlie my comedy sister, but I also view her as like the modern day Lucille Ball.
I see. When is this again?
It's Friday night, November 6th at Vintage Villains. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8.
And where's Vintage Villains?
It's in Danville, downtown Danville, in the heart of downtown Danville.
Okay.
And tickets are $8 in advance, 10 at the door.
I don't know that we can mention that, but that's all right. You already did.
Okay.
It'll be fine. You're gonna stick around, right? I saw you bring some other artifacts.
Oh yeah, I'll be here.
Help yourself to a mysterious bag of cookies. I
Thank you.
got in here and there's just this mysterious bag of cookies in here. Okay, we're gonna play some music. I think this song, if you listen to this song, and I've heard this, I was listening on Sunday night, I was listening on Monday, and like I'm sitting there listening, this song reminds me of, I think it's this song. No, this isn't this song, never mind. I like this song, but I'm gonna find the song that reminds me of, who is it, Leonard Skinner? And I'm gonna play them, then I'm gonna talk about it. But this song is a good song, this isn't what I thought it was. So folks, hold your horses, hang out. Just kick it, listen to some music. This is Chad, you're listening to Mid-Morning Mess on 88.7. Here is Gone by JR or Junior. I load that song. So anyway, I'm joined in the studio by Jesse Long and Ripper the Clown, and they're here promoting Brouhaha Comedy Show.
Brouhaha 3 at Vintage Villains, downtown Danville.
Yes. And I messed up. I had the song loaded that I was just talking about that sounded like Leonard Skinner to me.
Yes.
So anyway, talk amongst yourself while I find that.
Jesse Long has joined us in the studio.
What's up?
I am so happy to have Jesse Long on this show. Tell us about yourself, Jesse.
Well, I started doing comedy a couple of years ago. All of my friends had told me that I should do comedy, and then one night randomly, it was one of those things where you don't want to invite a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I just randomly hopped up there, and I did a great job, and I loved every moment of it. So from then on, I just kept performing in Champaign, and then Peoria, and Bloomington, and then I went to LA and got to do open mic there, and so still keep on doing it.
That's fantastic.
I'm back. I found it.
And I got to tell you, I know, Jesse, you know this story, but I got a call the other night at 12:30 in the morning from a buddy of mine, DJembe Jake, who's been on every comedy show at Vintage Villains I've done thus far. And he tells me he's at a party, comedian party, and that he met this girl, Jesse Long, and that she's absolutely freaking hilarious, and that he has to see you perform at this show.
Yeah, he had to call you.
Yes, he did.
Like, is he up?
Well, I had just hosted a show at Vintage Villains, so yes, I was up.
Sweet.
And so, yeah, that was a cool little random moment. But
yeah, it was fun. Like, that whole party was a blast. Rich Castle always throws the best parties.
The castle at Castle's house.
There's a whole pig on the spit every single time you roll up.
Yes, there is.
Sounds
He
exciting.
eats the eyeball. It's disgusting.
That sounds really gross.
No, he doesn't. I can't believe it. I cringe every time.
So let me ask you this: where do you guys get your material, you comedians, comedii?
My material, I'm sorry.
No, go for it.
My material
Depression?
comes from living every day as Ripper the Clown. Let me tell you, it's Ripper the Clown came.
It sounded like a stock comedian thing to say. Let me tell you.
Living the life in the dream.
Ripper the Clown started in my fiction books. My alter ego, Jake Guerrillian, he's an author, and Ripper the Clown started in the books and slowly turned into a cartoon character come to life. You can read about him in print, you can see him online, you can see him on stage.
Yeah, through the mechanics of it, let me ask you, like through the mechanics, like how do you practice? If you're, you just go out and fall flat?
Sometimes you do, and it's quite a humbling experience. Like, especially when you're not really used to bombing, you'll get up there and you have one of those awful nights, and you're like, "Oh my God, I suck! I'm never doing this again." You can practice among your friends if you haven't had that conversation before with someone else.
So
you
do you
just
like
go ahead and
physically write? Do you physically like write down your?
Sometimes it's okay. So for me, sometimes it's just like one word of a story of a situation. Like one time at band camp. Yeah, one time I was riding my bike with these slippery shoes, and I broke my vagina. And can I say that on the radio?
Well, I mean, you did.
You already did.
Medical term.
I think that's ridiculous if I can't say vagina on the radio.
Just don't go all crazy
on the community
with
college
it.
radio,
Stop.
okay?
Okay.
So I broke it, and so So what I usually do is just, broken vagina. That's my line. And that just brings back the whole story of when I broke it. And so I tell that and all the things that happened then, so.
For me, it's a little different in various ways.
I can see why it's different in one clear, distinct way.
My stuff it's more storytelling. So it comes from my book. So it's storytelling. It's building the story, building the plot, and coming to that punchline. So my style is a little bit different.
Yeah, and that's what's really cool about comedy is you can make people laugh in so many different ways.
Yes, and that's why I love this roster for Brouhaha, because every single performer is so unique and so different.
Yeah.
And they're going to bring something diverse. Every single person, it's not going to be like going to a show and seeing the same guy or girl over and over and over again.
Right. I show the roster to one of my friends who's in theater, and she was like telling me about all of the other. I haven't even met all of the other comedians, I don't think. So I'm excited to see them perform. An all-female roster is, that's amazing.
What are you doing? What is that noise? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, this? I'm clicking my keys.
Okay, stop it.
You can't click the keys on the Parkland Radio.
Don't play with your keys. Get rid of your nervous habits.
Oh, I've got a lot of them. Okay. This is Goober Patrol. I was looking for a song for you guys, and this is a band called Goober Patrol. And oops, I just hit my head on the microphone. Anyway, this is The Biggest Joke. Here we go. Check this out. I have some songs that we're going to play. I'm joined in studio with Ripper the Clown and Jesse Long. They're here talking about Comedy Brouhaha 3. We're going to, coming up, we have Pretty Pimpin' by Kurt Vile. We have The Struts. We have Cake. But this song right here, we're going to come back to you guys and talk about comedy and stuff. And what did you say? What was the word you said earlier?
What?
About how you formulate stuff?
Observational?
Observation,
humor.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I observed this song or listened to it or made note. This song reminds me of a Leonard Skinner sounding, but like done over to be like hip for the kids that love new wave because it's kitsch. Anyway, here's All Across This Land by Blitzen Trapper. You're listening to Mid Morning Mess here on 88.7. I am joined with Ripper the Clown and Jesse Long, who are going to be out this Friday night at 7 p.m. That's when the doors open, and it's the Comedy Brouhaha 3 at Vintage Villains. We're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah.
But let me know what. So who is doing this? Who would unleash this comedy brouhaha on the people, my man?
Ripper the Clown. Leave it to Ripper the Clown to assemble an all-female roster. Let me tell you, not a lot of people would do that. Do you concur with that, Jesse?
Yeah,
I'm just playing
a
songs.
Starting to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a rare show. It's after Halloween party. We've got Pamela Adam, Julie Megan Sullivan, Charlie Hester, Jesse Long, Shawna B. Shawna B, I didn't mention her earlier. She's an amazing comedian. She's done so much for the community, the comedy scene, and helping her fellow comedians. I'm sure that I think you both know Shawna, actually.
Yeah.
Sounds like a full lineup.
It is.
Possibly, yes. I know a lot of people, and then I forget that I know them. I'm a face person, not a names person, so don't take offense to it when I see you out on the street and I give you a weird look because I'm like, where do I know them from?
I have to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, fantastic sponsors. Barber Shop in Westville is the only place my grandpa will go to get his haircut. And then we've got Frosie's Fat Calf Frozen Yogurt in Danville at the Big R Plaza.
Where's that again?
Big R Plaza in Danville.
What's the yogurt place? The name?
Frosie's Fat Calf Frozen Yogurt.
Why are you fascinated with the barber shop that is sponsoring an all-female lineup?
Now I'm intrigued by Frosie's Fat Calf Frozen Yogurt.
Big R Plaza in Danville. It's the best frozen yogurt you'll have. And then our third sponsor is Cafe 13, about a block away from Vintage Villains, downtown Danville. Amazing cafe. It's really homey. It's warm. Go down there, get breakfast, get a cup of coffee.
Sounds great.
Very happy to have all these people involved with the show. Frosie's and Cafe 13, they're going to have free samples the night of the show.
I can't wait.
I'm all about free samples. I like to go to the grocery store and take an extra coat and another pair of pants, change in the bathroom, and walk by the lady and get the pizza roll again.
All right. At first I thought you were going for a shoplifting thing. You were taking free samples to a new level there, Chad.
Thank you. You're listening to the Mid Morning Mess here on 88.7. We're going to move forward with the music. Here are the Struts, and then Kurt Vile's next.
There, he's kicking us out.